What if we had Resident Evil, but instead of zombies you had to fight terrifying intelligent dinosaurs? That's Dino Crisis, a survival horror game from Capcom that threw players into a deadly research facility filled with prehistoric monsters. But how accurate were these dinosaurs? And with Capcom remaking every RE game under the sun, could Dino Crisis finally get the same treatment? Today we're taking a deep dive into the dinosaurs of Dino Crisis and asking the big question: is the remake actually possible? The Velociraptors are the primary enemies in Dino Crisis, and they're one of the best things about the game. Unlike the slow, shambling zombies in Resident Evil, these dinosaurs are fast, intelligent, and unpredictable. They work together in packs, hide in the environment, and can even open doors to chase you down. But are they accurate? I mean, not really. The real Velociraptor was much smaller. What Dino Crisis shows us is more like a Hollywood-style Jurassic Park raptor, which is actually close in size to Deinonychus, may I add, a much larger cousin of Velociraptor. For a horror game, these raptors were the perfect choice. Their AI was ahead of its time, and even today, they hold up as one of the scariest dinosaurs in gaming.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Now let's talk about the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the biggest and baddest creature in Dino Crisis. Unlike the raptors, which are more common enemies, the T-Rex is more like a boss that appears at key moments, similar to Nemesis from RE3 Remake and RE3 Nemesis, smashing through walls and hunting you down. How realistic is it? Well, it's massive, probably bigger than an actual T-Rex and much more aggressive. In reality, T-Rex was an apex predator, but may have been a scavenger at times. It likely didn't spend all its time actively hunting humans through corridors, but hey, it makes for an awesome horror experience. One thing Dino Crisis does well is making the T-Rex feel like a force of nature. You can't really fight it head on. Your best option is to run, hide, and survive. While the raptors and T-Rex are the stars like usual, Dino Crisis features a few other prehistoric creatures like the Pteranodon, which swoops down to attack. While not actual dinosaurs, these pterosaurs definitely work as an aerial threat. Another honorable mention is the Therizinosaurus. I put that in quotes because there's an enemy with kinda massive claws that seems inspired by the Therizino, but its behavior is exaggerated for horror's sake and it kinda is built like a theropod, so that's a little confusing. But overall, the dinosaurs in Dino Crisis may not be the most scientifically accurate, but they're designed for maximum terror, and that's what made them so memorable to players at the time. Capcom has been on a roll with RE remakes, successfully modernizing RE2, 3, and RE4. Naturally, fans have been begging for a Dino Crisis remake since it shares so much DNA with Resident Evil. So could it actually happen? For years, fans have asked Capcom for a Dino Crisis remake. There have been countless fan projects, social media campaigns, and even direct questions to Capcom in interviews. Capcom has acknowledged the demand, but they never officially announced anything. One interesting sign though, Capcom included Regina's outfit as a costume in RE Resistance, which if I didn't already mention is the main character in Dino Crisis, hinting that they haven't completely forgotten about the series, but despite the demand, Capcom hasn't pulled the trigger yet. One reason a remake might not happen is sales. While Dino Crisis sold over 2.4 million copies, it's nowhere near as big as Resident Evil itself. Capcom might not be sure if it would sell enough to justify a big budget remake. Another issue? Dinosaur Crisis 3. Yeah, after the first two games, Capcom took the series in a really weird direction. Instead of refining the survival horror formula, they made Dino Crisis 3, a game where you fight mutant dinosaurs in space. It's safe to say fans hated it, and the game flopped, effectively killing the spin-off series. But because of that, Capcom may have felt that Dino Crisis wasn't worth reviving. It's a shame because I do think they could take the series to a next level, maybe sort of like a RE3 where the game's short, but it's mainly because of the replay value. So I think that would be interesting. But let's say Capcom does decide to remake Dino Crisis. What could it even look like? With the new and improved RE engine, environments and dinosaurs like the raptors would be genuinely terrifying if brought back to life correctly. On top of that, Tank controls are outdated, so the game could definitely freshen up on the controls with a remake. The world could also be a lot more fleshed out, suiting a more Jurassic theme. This game definitely would have a lot of potential considering the fact that there's a lot of other dinosaur horror games that are trying to make it big in the industry, and I think RE could definitely perfect what a lot of other creators are missing in their games. So what do you guys think? Should Capcom remake Dino Crisis? Would you want a faithful horror remake or something more action-packed like Dino Crisis 2? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like and subscribe button for more content at the Fossil Lounge.